Okay, we're going to create this 3D model using Catia V5. This model was made, or at least the engineering draw was made by Luis Miguel Huerfano Garzón. He's an instructor of Sena. That is how the facility is called. Okay, we're going to start by creating. Oh, notice that I've created here 3 new bottoms: the shift, the control, the shift, and the tab. Control, shift, and tab. Because I've noticed that I've been using a lot those keys. So I want to show you when I'm using control. I think that that's the most common one. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I think that I must add the delete button, because I use it a lot too. Okay, we're going to start by creating a part design. Mechanical design, part design. I'm going to call this part tutorial 2, since this is the second tutorial of the channel. Okay, now I've done a mistake already here. This is not called tutorial. This must be called tutorial. So I'm gonna change it. Properties, product, and right here I have tutorial 2. Okay, and that is already solved. Okay, I'm gonna start selecting one plane by pressing this sketch options. I'm gonna start creating the sketch. So I'm gonna first look at this measure, because I want to create first this profile. This is approximately, well, it's not approximately, this is equal to 400 millimeters. Notice that this engineering draw has not information about the units that is using, so I can assume that I'm working with millimeters. Okay, we can check that information here, tools, options, and right here parameter and measures, units. Right here I have millimeters. Okay, so everything that I'm gonna create is going to be in millimeters. So I'm gonna start with the 0, I'm gonna create something that is close to 400 millimeters. Then I'm gonna create a shape that looks like the one that I need. Right here I have something like this. Notice that a constraint, an automatic constraint, has been created. I gotta eliminate that later. This, and I can create this corner in the sketch. Okay, now I'm gonna create these 2 slots that are actually close to this, and right here I have another one, and then the circle. Okay, right here I have one, and right here I have the other one. Okay, this automatic constraint has been created. Notice that this is telling me that these 2 are going to be tangent, so I gotta eliminate that. Although I think that these constraints that tells me that these points are in the same axis. Okay, and that works for me. Let's imagine that I've not created this one. So for example, I have these circles right here, because the only way for us to understand what we are doing is by doing it. Okay, I know that one way for us to understand Catia V5 or other kind of softwares like SolidWorks, I don't know, Solid Edge, is by doing mistakes and solving it, because this is what we are doing here. We are creating some things, there is going to be a lot of mistakes, and we have to solve those mistakes, okay? This and creating a 3D model is not perfect. We are not going to be perfect. We are human beings, and the softwares also do not behave like we want sometimes, okay? So I'm gonna start creating the measures that I need. So this is the first measure. Notice that I'm not going to change any measure until I have all the measures created. Why is that? Because this is a faster way, I'm sorry. This is a faster way for me to create the sketch. Okay, now I'm gonna use this measure, although this has to be vertical and this too has to be horizontal. The same thing goes for this part. Horizontal measure and vertical measure. Then I'll have this for circles. Then I'll have this measure right here. Then I have these two horizontal and then vertical. Okay, I think that this one is missing. Notice that if I am over constraining the profile, for example, I have two lengths, that is going to change the measure of the profile. The software is going to show me in, I don't know what color that is, pink or purple, that I'm over constraining. So that is a mistake. I cannot do that. Okay, although I'm selecting these two. Now this measure has to be taken into account. This measure, now these two horizontal and sorry, escape, vertical. I don't know what is missing. Okay, right here I have one, and right here I have the other one. Okay, this is also one measure that I need, and this is also one measure that I need. I already have this, so I need this one. Okay, and I need this one. $200. Okay, let me see why this is moving. Okay, so I assume that this measure refers to the center of this slot, although there is a mistake here because there must be a line that shows that this length is referring to the center of this slot. Okay, so I'm gonna create one line that touches the center of this dotted line. Here you can see that when I get closer to a line, this I don't know how to say, this point is showing me that I'm touching the center. Okay, now these two must be defined. Then these two, double click this and this one, and this is this has 400 millimeters since these three holes are in the same axis, are along the same axis. So I'm gonna use this length. Okay, I don't know what's missing. Okay, I understand. I'm gonna do the same thing for this slot. Center and the center, and this has a measure with respect of this point. Gonna leave it right here, and with respect of this circle as well. Horizontal measure. And that would be all. Notice that every single line is in green, fluorescent green. So that means that everything is defined and there is not mistakes. Okay, now I'm gonna use this option called Edit Multi Constraint for me to change the values at ASAP. Okay, right here I have 1000. That is actually pretty close because it is equal to 1000. Right here I have the initial values and the current values. Then I have this one, and this one is equal to 500, as you can see here. So 500, enter. Next one, 400, enter. Next one, 500, yeah, 500, as you can see here. This is 900, I don't know, 1000. This must be 1000. So 1000, enter. This one, this is equal to 500. Enter. This is equal to 1000. As you can see here in orange, this is showing me what lane I am changing, okay? In cyan, I can see the lanes that I've already changed. This is equal to 2000. 2000. This is equal to 900, as you can see here. So 900, enter. This is equal to 500 as well, so 500, enter. And this is equal to 400. This is equal to 200. And since I have right here a 45 angle, a 45 degrees angle, then this must be equal to 200 as well. This is equal to 200. Right here I have 200 as well because of these two. Right here this is also equal to 200 and 200. 200 and 200. Although I cannot see it, but if I get closer to the profile I can see the measure. The one that follows is equal to 500. Notice that here they are telling me that this length is 500 as well as this one with this measure. Okay, so 500, enter, and right here I have 500, enter. This is equal to 1000. Right here we start with the circles. Notice that this measure is telling me that the 4 circles, these 4, have a measure of 200 millimeters. Although they are talking about the diameter, as you can see here with this symbol, but this is asking for me to put the radius, so I gotta put right here 100. 100 as well, 100 as well, and 100. This is equal to 500. As you can see here, the same thing goes for this part. 500, 500, 500. This is 3000 right here. This is equal to, I don't know where the measure is, so I gotta press use the right click, reframe man. Okay, it's this one, and this is equal to 50, since this is equal to 100 and I have the half of the measure, so this is equal to 50, and this is equal as well, I think, to no, this is equal to 100. Okay, now everything is defined, everything has the measure that I need, so I'm gonna use OK, and everything changes. Now I'm gonna verify that everything is correct with the sketch analysis. As you can see here, everything is closed and there is not cross lines. Remember that when we are working with Catia V5, we have to take into account that the sketch must be closed and perfectly defined. There cannot be any crossed lines. Okay, close, then I get out of the sketch. Right here, as you can see, everything is perfect, and I use the path definition. This is asking me, okay, with what profile do you wanna path? Do you wanna extrude? So I'm gonna select this, and this has a length of 50 millimeters, as you can see here. So 50, enter, and that would be all, guys.